y'all? It's your girl Stina B, and welcome to another episode of BCNN, Black Comedians News Network, where the comedy meets the headlines. I am here with your favorites, the lovely Gayle Lewis, and
Hey, y'all.
there's Eric. What up, y'all? I think we are going to start recording some of our pre-sessions because, my goodness, this was a good one.
Yeah.
One for the ages. We have a lot to get to today. A lot of things have been happening. We have a lot of details we need to cover with y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get this show on the road. Of course, before we do, I always want to say thank you so much to all of you guys for listening, streaming, watching the video, listening to the audio as you clean your house or whatever the hell it is. Continue to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We are trying to get Gayle a new laptop and me a new attitude. So could please help us out.
It's a long way to go for that one.
It's a long way to go with that one. Okay. Where's the tequila? Anyway, so I'm going to cover a little bit of entertainment news. Gayle is going to talk about the new Pope that was hired within 2 days, and it took me over a month to get hired at any other job. And Eric is going to talk about some political stuff and also some rap beef news. Apparently, this pot is being stirred early. So we're going to kick it off to Eric first. Eric.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? You know, reporting live from the BCNN news vehicle, aka my 2015 Nissan Altima. First off, I want to start by saying on behalf of BCNN, because I was just yelled at by my auntie Stina B. Okay, listen to you, to everybody listening, to you hoes out here. Y'all cannot call or text me when we recording the podcast because I do this shit on my phone. Okay, and my phone went off one time. And I just got yelled at for 8 minutes straight by Auntie Stina, okay? I done got fucking yelled at by Auntie Stina, and I'm hurt right now, okay? So you hoes, you don't text me or call me during the podcast, hoes, or else Auntie Stina gonna fuck y'all up, all right? And Gayle gonna watch, and then she gonna fuck me up, and I know. All right, I don't want none of that smoke. So until I get a new phone, you hoes, just hush. That's what UMG is telling Drake right now, nigga. Hush. Okay, the UMG has filed a second motion to dismiss Drake's lawsuit against them. Basically, all they said was, "Hey, my nigga, listen, Kendrick didn't call you a pedophile at the Super Bowl." He didn't. The rest of the world called you a pedophile at the Super Bowl. Not Kendrick. He didn't say that. That don't have nothing to do with us. We ain't say that. He ain't say it. So it ain't no slander on our part. We don't know. And by the way, hey, my man, you be saying shit too. You want to talk about it? You know, UMG lawyers were like, hey, Drake, this you? These your lines right here? That's you? That was you playing back to back 5 times at Coachella? That was you? I'm just asking. Okay, Drake. So they basically told Drake, shut the fuck up. Just shut up and be gone. On behalf of the other rap beefs that have been over the last year, hip-hop has been in a great place, people. It's been in a great place. Okay, Kendrick got everybody being just active and being competitive and being nasty. Right now, that competitive spirit is coming to a head. All right, right now, just lately, over the last few months, Joey Badass kind of introduced a challenge, you know, kind of going after Kendrick and the West Coast. And he called the West Coast Kendrick Dick Lickers, which was, I believe, the line used by Joey Badass. He called them Dick Lickers. Yeah. And niggas from the West Coast didn't like that. Okay, so they came at Joey, and Joey just did a cipher with Red Bull. Red Bull just had a cipher with Big Sean, Joey Badass, and Ab-Soul. Real rappers, real rap fans, if you know who Ab-Soul is, then you really know, okay? He's really
that guy.
He's fucking that guy. Soul is that dude. So they had an amazing cipher. Ab-Soul and Joey were kind of rebuttaling each other, shooting shots at each other the whole time. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see in the hip-hop spirit. So then Ray Vaughn from TDE heard that cipher. And he said, I'm going at Joey again. Did that within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, Joey Badass drops a diss track called Finals at Ray Vaughn, where he also says again, Ray Vaughn, you Kendrick dick licking again. This is crazy. You need to stop it. You need to stop dick licking. Which is a man telling another man to stop dick licking. That's crazy. That's absolute. Wow. I was baffled. I was more shocked than when Stina was yelling at me before we started this podcast. Like, literally, I want to tell, like, I'm going to reiterate this, y'all. This was 30 seconds before we went live. Stina had just got done taking her foot out my ass through Riverside cameras, okay? And I was more shocked at that, the West Coast dick licking, than I was having Stina's virtual foot in my ass. It was a very, very tough time. So by the way, support the channel still, because I need a laptop. Gayle needs a new laptop, and Stina just needs alcohol to deal with her attitude. Okay, so but the rat beef is real right now. Also the beef between us and China. Beef between us and China. That's what we've been beating. It was all rat beef, baby. You know what I'm saying? We was like, hey, fuck you, China, 125% tariffs. And China was like, bitch, you too. What the fuck? You get these tariffs too. And then everything started going out of control. So we went to the UN. I forget, the little in between we had, but we went to the UN and we basically went to China and was like, hey man, how 25% tariffs sound? That sound better to you? That sound good? Like, you think you can work with that? And China was like, yeah, we'll hit you again. We'll hit you back with 20 since y'all are so kind. But what I'm going to need you to do is shut the fuck up and start paying me some of this money you owe me, nigga. That's what China said. That's inside source. I heard that. That was over at the John. They was like, hey, China was like, hey, nigga, y'all owe me some money. So, know what I'm saying, Donald? What's up with the what's up, nigga? I'm going to hit you with 20% tariffs because I still got to tax you because you was acting out of control. And U.S. was like, you know what? We can live with that. We're going to do this for 90 days and we're going to see what we can work out. But China told us to shut the fuck up. And Donald Trump was like, I got mind control over China. That's what Donald Trump said. He said, I got mind control over China. He said, they tell me shut up, I'll be quiet. But when they leave, I'm going to be talking again. Donald Trump not talking right now about China. He talking about dolls. And China said, keep my name out your fucking mouth. And Donald Trump has done that over the last week. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. He's been very quiet about China. Extremely quiet. The man's talking about dolls.
His ass handed to him.
Yeah, the man's talking about dolls right now. American dolls.
This motherfucker.
He didn't even talk about China dolls. He's talking about American dolls. Wild dude. It's a wild time right now, y'all.
This motherfucker, when they announced that they were going to do a 90-day pause on the tariffs or whatever, I was just like, oh, so his whole presidency is just going to be 90-day pauses on the fucking dumb and reckless shit he keeps trying to do.
90 days at a time is how we're living, yo. I've never lived 90 days at a time so much in my life.
This is literally probationary period forever. Is
Ever.
this District 12?
4 years of this? There's 4 years of 90-day pauses. That's going to be insane.
Everything's going to be a 90-day pause. You get a 90-day pause. You get a 90-day pause. You get a 90-day pause. These motherfuckers have no clue how to do anything.
Stina, what do you?
We are struggling.
Stina, what do you think, man?
And they brought the tariffs, and his fucking supporters are like, "Oh well, he lowered the tariffs." I'm like, it's still 30% more than it was in fucking January. Dumb shits, like,
They're so slow.
Trying to fucking buy toilet paper and shit everything's expensive. I'm like shopping at Walmart now. Like times are tough.
Gayle,
Where were
you shopping before, Gayle?
I was shopping at Target, but I don't shop at Target anymore because fuck them. But literally, you can't shop anywhere. Target's bad. Fuck them. We're boycotting them. But where am I going to shop? Amazon, Walmart, Kroger, literally
Costco.
all these places are exploiting the labor. I got to get me a Costco membership. It's what, $60?
Girl, just tell me when you want to go. You can ride mine, girl.
Oh, okay. All right.
Down here. That's crazy.
I'm an executive member.
In
Shout
Brookhaven
out to
or
Costco.
whatever.
I'm an executive member.
No, okay. Share the love with your co-host then. My God, please. Please take me to Costco.
I did not know y'all had Costco's down there. That's dope.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know if that was like a regional thing or not.
I guess I could shop at IKEA too, right? Do we hate IKEA? Because I live right next
to
IKEA.
No.
Okay.
IKEA's
The only
okay.
problem is IKEA is like the same problem you would have with Target, but like worse, because it's like, oh, you go in to buy one thing and then you spend like $8,000 later.
And then you gotta put the shit
That
together.
bottom floor.
Oh, I have put together several pieces of IKEA furniture by myself because I'm a single independent woman. There is one
Talk
piece
about
of
it,
furniture that nigh on brought me to tears, though, is this fucking filing cabinet I have from them, this like storage locker. I put it together. I'm looking at it right now. It's in great shape. But oh my God, the way I was almost moved to tears putting that together. So that was like the only benefit of Target was the furniture didn't make me want to cry when I put it together. But these are the sacrifices we make in this world. I'm an ally.
So the Target furniture didn't make you cry, but they don't want you to be in there because you're a woman. All right.
Wait, Target don't like women's now?
Oh,
I mean, I knew they said
they're gonna
fuck
figure
black
out
people,
some way
but
to exclude you, girl.
I don't say black.
listen,
You know,
I'm
women.
not like.
Gayle, you are a black woman now. Like I have a bonnet for you. Like I have a bonnet for you.
Run me my bonnet. Run me my
got you.
bonnet.
I got you. Actually, I'm gonna tell you, in
Run me my
Philadelphia,
bonnet.
we got Good Day Philly, and there's an old white co-host named Mike and a young black woman named Alex, and Mike gave us a bonnet on air in Philly.
I saw that clip.
Yes, and that was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I gotta look this up.
Hey, I'm gonna send it to you, Gayle.
He said he pulled it out of his drawer.
He said I had it in my nightstand.
Wait till after the show. Don't text it to me now, or else Stina's gonna put her foot in your ass again.
No, I gotta do it after the show. You know I can't use my phone right now.
Your phone privileges have been revoked by Stina.
I can't use my phone right now. You trying to get me killed, Gayle?
Also, word of the day, dick licking. We haven't had a word of the day in a while, and Eric said the magic word.
Yeah, that's a fun dick licking. Dick licking. I can't wait to present Gayle with her bonnet. Like
please.
I got her to
hurry up
and
exchange addresses so we can get this.
Yeah, I'm sending Gayle. I'm sending Gayle a bonnet as part of our cultural exchange.
Yeah.
I approve this message. Also, before we switch the topic, I will say shout out to China right now because Trump, you thought you was gonna play China. China said, check motherfucking mate. Have you been on TikTok lately? Have you? The China manufacturers have entered the chat.
Boy, have they.
And now if you want to get yourself a Birkin bag for once in your life, you don't have to go buy a $50,000 bag.
Go straight to China.
They're posting themselves on TikTok where you can buy them directly from the manufacturer at the manufacturer's price.
Hey,
China, if
anybody listening to this chat to the pod, hey, listen, send us the link because I need me some J's. So I need some more J's.
I got the link.
Send the links because I need $40 J's.
The list, an entire list. I have, dare I say the name? I have a Lululemon. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this list I have is intense. So we'll chat about this afterwards. But shout out to China. We thank you. America is playing Go Fish. China is playing Risk. And for that, I thank you right now. They're also going to get the Petty Award because
yes, Petty of the Week.
There's nothing better that I've seen where people are now. It's gotten worse, y'all. It's not even just like bags and jewelry and sneakers. They're buying whole houses, shipping them in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yo, I heard about that.
Come on, China, show America how they supposed to be doing us. Shipping a whole house for $30,000. It's a 2-story house.
Hey,
hello.
Listen, I'm plugs.
America's playing Go Fish. Hello. China is over here playing the hardest game of bridge I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, with all the uncles at the table.
They got all the jokers in their hands.
Somebody running a Boston every hand.
All crazy.
That's China.
And they calling it. Confident.
So
You
shout
got
out to
6,
you,
I got
China. Thank
7.
you.
Like,
Right. All spades, all aces.
nasty.
Ace, king, queen, jack of every suit.
I'm
That's game.
cutting everything.
Everything from the beginning.
Rip
Your
City.
ace of clubs is cut.
Gone, baby. They gone.
Okay.
Gayle, we gonna
Thank you
teach
so
you how to
much,
play spades.
Eric. We're gonna have to do a special on that.
No, we gonna teach Gayle. I'm gonna teach Gayle how. We gonna teach Gayle how to play spades while she in her honorary bonnet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She's gonna be a pro by the time I'm done with her.
We are gonna have Gayle's gonna have a black
Slapping
husband.
cards on the table and everything.
By the time this podcast is over, Gayle's gonna have a black ass husband. I guarantee it. And she's gonna be invited to every cookout from here to LA. Every cookout. Gayle is gonna be in the shit. Fuck Gayle. Fuck Gayle King. We got Gayle Lewis.
Oh man.
Thank you, Eric. Silly ass. Oh my gosh. Okay, next up we gonna talk to Gayle with news we can laugh about. And we got a new what, Gayle?
New Pope, Chicago Pope, Da Pope. All them jokes we all saw on the internet this week. Yeah, dude. I didn't even realize an American could be Pope. They're letting us do everything now, y'all. Like, so this guy, Robert Francis Prevost, now Pope Louis the 14th. I'll be honest, as a Jew, this doesn't have a lot to do with me personally. Like, every time I hear about Catholic news, I'm like, oh, good for them. Like, you know, it don't really affect me in a big way. But what do we need to know about this guy? He ignored sexual abuse, misconduct allegations against people in whatever they call it in his parish or whatever, or, you know, whatever. Again, I don't know about Catholic shit in that kind of detail. So this is like you want like facts about this, go talk to a Catholic about it. But so there's that about him. And then today he said marriage is between a man and a woman. Babies don't like to be aborted, or whatever the Catholic position on that is specifically. Like, so he's not really he's considered to be more moderate. Like, he's not quite a swing back from the progressive Pope Francis. And I think Pope Francis was progressive because he believed in like basic human rights, I guess. But I will say this new Pope, much like Pope Francis, not a JD Vance fan. So Pope Leo, watch your back around JD Vance. Not like, apparently he had some previous like Twitter posts or whatever criticizing JD Vance and like all his bullshit, which, yeah, like, it's well known that guy sucks and almost everyone hates him. So that's not very shocking to me that the new Pope, who's from Chicago Pope Leo. So yeah, here's the thing. There's a whole lot of to do about this, because this only happens like every so often in our lifetimes. But this dude is 69. Nice. So he'll probably be around for a while. We'll see if he outlives any of us. We'll see. But yeah, good for Leo. Good for the Pope.
You said
won.
He's 69?
Yeah.
He became Pope at the ripe age of 69.
At the ripe old age of 69. Yo, I hate the fact that I'm 40 years old. I have a master's degree and I can't see the number 69 without saying nice. Like, that's a sad fact about me. I hate that about me. Like, I'm an adult in name only.
I mean, I literally was like, so when does that part start?
Nice. Yo, that was great. I almost spit my drink out when she said that. That was... And no, not so. Is it Leo or Louis?
Leo.
Okay, because you said Pope Louis the 14th, and I was like, Pope Louis, we got alcohol too. Like, that's a hard ass.
Listen, I misspoke. That was my bad. Leo and Louis sound pretty similar. Like, they're both like. Listen, you think of a guy from Chicago an Italian guy from Chicago with a name starting with L, it's either going to be Leo or Louis. So,
Also,
my bad.
Chicago Pope.
Sorry, I'm turning into my mother, mixing everyone's names up. All right, it's happening.
Chicago Pope went to school in Philly. Went to Villanova University. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the V. Okay, I'm telling y'all what, this Pope busts guns. He from the south side of Chicago and went to school in Philly. He busts guns. Okay, he may say a woman marriage between a man and a woman, but anybody can get these hands. Okay, these hands is rated E for everybody. I'm betting from Pope Louis the 14th. He's Louis the 14th for me now. He's Louis.
His name is Leo.
Gayle said Louis. He is Pope Louis the 14th. He be off that hen, and he got hands. That's all I know about him.
Well, you did see his hands up. He showed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because hands down, man down. He knows that.
Give him one of these.
Hands down, man down. He knows. I don't make the rules.
Here's a random question: has there ever been a tall Pope?
No, because they got to wear that hat. So how are they going to get through the doors if he's too tall?
That's true. They always have to be short. That's kind of.
That's a good one. And they got to be in like that Pope car boat.
Yeah, I think there's got to be like a height requirement. Because like, what are they going to do? Build a new car every time there's a new Pope?
Nah, they're not doing that.
Which I do remember on the last pod, I did say, I was waiting to see who was going to win the Pope draft, and America was not on my bingo card. I had no.
It was not.
Like I said, I didn't even realize we were in the running.
You gotta give it up for America real
Yeah,
quick. I don't know how y'all did it.
Reascending in the papacy. I mean,
Crazy.
Go us. Like, we up, we
Go
down.
us.
They said we gotta give them something. Look at their president. Look at their president. We gotta give America something.
And they said, you know what would really piss off JD fucking Vance?
The Pope.
An American Pope.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Yeah, so shout out to you, Pope Leo. We hope you have many years of popology.
Yeah, Pope Leo.
Why do y'all
Poping and shit
when y'all are already like
Poping ain't easy.
That
I expect to see Pope Louis the 14th liquor on my shelves soon.
I'm screaming, please.
Right, Pope Louis the 14th. Just about a bottle of brown right next to the Hennessy.
For the liquor though is Poping ain't easy. Like this is
right.
This is a merchandise opportunity.
Right next to
the guys. We're gonna start a merch store. We clearly have plenty of shirts here. Poping ain't easy, dick liquors. You name it, he got them hands. Coming soon.
We gotta merch get store. Better. We gotta team up with an illustrator and throw this all up on TeePublic.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
we can start making some funds off.
There's a picture of Stina smacking me with a slipper while I'm on my phone.
That would be funny though.
If you got artistic skills.
Right. Okay. Well, shout out to you, Pope Leo. I'm Christian, so you don't really bother me.
Pope Louis the 14th.
I like that y'all I like that you've already shown your disdain for the Vance, cause you know what happened. You probably was there.
It's like, hey, the enemy of my enemy. You know what I mean? Like,
the enemy of my enemy is not my friend.
Hey, we're not friends, but we can at least laugh about JD Vance behind his back together. That's not nothing.
Yes, and don't forget about that haircut. We're not letting him off that ugly ass haircut.
Oh God, yo! Why'd you bring that up? I'm gonna be upset for the rest of the day.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just Gayle.
Oh my God.
Okay, please. My eyes are getting watery. My eyes are getting watery.
I ain't sharing nothing with y'all. Like,
love you, mean it. Okay, thanks, Gayle, for news we can laugh about. And here I come with some entertainment news, and I'm coming with y'all on the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Ooh, we are only on day 3. Today is day 3. I am going to recap days 1 and 2 for you because I will go back and watch day 3 later and the rest of the trial, and we'll update you guys next week of what is going on. But baby, let me tell you. So if you don't know, and if you've been living under all the rocks lately, if somebody mentions the word Diddy these days, immediate comes across your face. Why? Because he's facing federal charges of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, transportation for the purpose of prostitution. Transportation for the purpose of prostitution. Can I just repeat that again? Because I've never heard that specified the way that they did. So if he does get convicted of this stuff, he will face 15 to life in prison. Okay, y'all. So yesterday they had 3 people on the stand. The first 2 went off pretty well, but Cassie was on the stand for 8 hours, y'all. 8 hours. How much stuff do you have to talk about for 8 hours? Well, their relationship was 11 years long. So I think 8 hours probably justifies most of it. So during their 11-month relationship, Diddy physically assaulted her, drugged her, coerced her, and raped her several times. She was forced into weekly, as they're calling them in this trial, freak-offs. Freak-offs, okay? So I'll be referring to those throughout this, and then you know what I'm talking about. What are freak-offs? Choreographed, this is the words that were used in the trial, choreographed sex parties involving male escorts and drugs. Choreographed. You know he used to be a dancer for real. Choreographed every piece of it. Now, these parties were in LA, New York, Miami, Vegas, Ibiza, and Atlanta at penthouse hotels across the cities. Diddy would watch, record, and coach the escorts during these acts. Yeah, y'all keep indulging yourselves. I'm not clapping for that. Oh my gosh, why did that do that? You know what? Sometimes the Lord just intercedes. I'm not even to the bad part yet. Like, this is just like super high level stuff I'm talking about right here. Guys, I'll take a pause right here briefly.
Listen, I will say, of course, Atlanta was freaking off. Of course we were.
I wanted to throw my phone.
Of course. Atlanta is full of freaks. It's full of down low dudes. Of course we were in the freak offs. Like, that's not even shocking to me.
I was just hoping, girl. That's all. I knew there was a chance because, I mean, come on.
Also, Atlanta. We do like to party in Atlanta. I mean, like, most of the time the partying is fun. But sometimes the partying has a dark side, y'all. You gotta be careful out there.
A little much.
Watch your drinks. Don't be trust your gut. Don't be hanging out with these fucking people. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You got to be careful, man. And
you really do.
She kept repeating this whole time that she was doing these things for Diddy because she loved him. And my thing is, if you're, did I get to that part yet? No, I didn't. So I won't go there yet. But for me, just in the beginning, like, a lot of people are, of course, coming to me with the R. Kelly statements. And for R. Kelly, I was able to separate the artist from the art because y'all can talk about me all y'all want. I still listen to R. Kelly in my home, not blasting out loud on the radio, but I like to fuck, and he make good fucking music, so I'm gonna fuck to his music. But this went too far for me, so I literally haven't listened.
I just want to interject. The views of Stina B regarding R. Kelly do not reflect the views of the rest of the team.
These are mine and mine alone.
BCNN. I just want to be crystal clear that me and Eric are not out here lining R. Kelly's pockets by streaming and fucking doing.
He's not getting none of that money, girl. You know that man can't read. Those contracts are. That man can't read. Somebody else is getting all that damn money. I'm sorry. 12 play goes hard. Okay.
All right, carry on.
Kiki2.com under the influence when you're trying to get fucked. Okay, anyway. So, I mean, I understand I took a break for a while, but I don't just have it like a playlist, but if it does come on, I'm not going to turn it. But I don't listen to Diddy's music now. Like, I haven't, because
his music is not hard to give up at all. Because you can listen to all the original songs that he sampled, and it's like, okay, that hits that spot. Like, I'll just listen to The Police, you know what I mean?
Well,
like, I'll just listen to Led
Gayle
Zeppelin. Like, I'll just listen to all the artists that he fucking sampled for those songs. Like,
there's so many. I'm gonna listen to nobody. I'm gonna be stuck listening to Carrie Underwood and Morgan Wallen, and don't subject me to that bullshit, okay?
All I'm saying is, if you ever heard Diddy's song Last Night, okay, with Keisha Cole, okay, he ends the song with a voicemail interlude. And the voicemail interlude is him saying, hey girl, I know you seen me fucking calling you. Come answer this phone before I come over there and I beat your motherfucking ass. That wasn't acting. That was a real voicemail. A voicemail from him to Cassie. That wasn't for play. He wasn't playing. He was like, you know what? I heard this Cassie voicemail, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that in here. I'm gonna put that in a song. Matter of fact. So he's a freaky frog, and that's the first thing I'm gonna say is hearing Stina. Are you going to tell some of the details of what was said?
I got some.
There was one detail that I heard the other day, and I said, "Oh, he's a freaky frog." Okay.
Oh, I probably am bringing it up.
Okay, yeah, because there's one particular act that he did, and
I'm
was
only
like,
familiar with the kind of overarching. I didn't get drilled down into the details,
Gayle,
so I think I'm gonna hear some things for the first time today.
If Stina don't bring it up, I'm gonna tell you the freaky frog thing I heard, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say at the end of this, I got something for you niggas after Stina is done saying what she say, because the men have been disgusting, and I'm coming at their necks after Stina is done talking about these details.
Yeah, because it gets crazy. Okay, so where were they getting the escorts from, you guys? Any guesses? I'm sure you can name at least one. Come on, Eric. No?
Craigslist?
No. Bingo! There we go. Congratulations, Gayle. You get a prize.
What's the prize? Oh no, I don't want this prize.
Yeah, you don't want that prize. It's baby oil.
I was like,
escorts were, if there's any available after what I have to tell you. So that was just one of them. So they were recruited from Craigslist, Backpage, Fort Babylon, Mega Personals, and my favorite one on the list, cowboysforangels.com.
Freaky for all.
Now, I'm scared as hell to pull that website up on my phone, but if any of my other anchors would love to pull that up and share details as to what's on there at a later time, I would appreciate that.
Gayle has an assignment.
I do not need my algorithm getting fucked up like that. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna do it. Cause my God, I'm not even gonna let my phone even think about going there. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that name was just, Cowboys for Angels. What in the world? I can imagine. So I think my imagination will definitely pay off this time. I'm not going that far. So yeah, so they were paid between $2,000 and $3,000 per session via Cash App or cash. Now you heard me say session. So Cassie was forced into 3 to 4 sessions per night at times. And each session would have at least one guy. Sometimes it'll be 2 guys. And how they got paid was based off of something really crazy. And viewer discretion is advised from this point forward, because it's finna get NC-17 XXX in here. So if that's not your tea, this might be a good time to either pause, fast forward to lighter side of news after this, because it's about to get crazy. Okay, I warned you. So pay was based on, wait, let me start here. So the session would start off with Diddy jacking off and Cassie jacking off the escort. Now, of course, they've taken all sorts of drugs before this has happened, so they're on Did I pass the drugs? No, that's all the way down here. Gosh, it's so much stuff, y'all. Okay, so Diddy would start jacking off, and Cassie would jack off the escort, and Diddy would tell her to talk to him about the escort's penis, like what it felt like in his hand. Is it big? Is it long? Because that's what got him off. And so pay was based on if they could shoot at the end. Do you get what I'm saying? I won't use the exact word. So what would happen is if they weren't able to shoot at the end, he would get pissed off and cut their pay, because that's the part of the show that got him the most. Why? Because he would have the escort ejaculate on Cassie, and then she would go into another room with Diddy and rub it on his nipples.
Freaky ass nigga. Freaky ass nigga.
69 God.
Freaky ass nigga.
69 God. So if you were able to complete after you've, I mean, they were DPing her, y'all. They were doing all sorts of things to that woman. And if you were able to finish, you would get the most money out of the deal. And that's just one session. Now, in each session,
I don't like that.
It's gonna get worse. In each session, at least 10 bottles of baby oil were used. And Diddy is freaky ass nigga. He is 69 God even more because he had a stipulation on the oil. You couldn't just squirt it on you, Gayle. And just like the guy's recap video, I'm kind of intrigued by what he did, and it made me kind of want to investigate to see. I'm gonna do some research, but you couldn't just squirt the oil on you. Oh no, baby, it had to be warmed up. It had to be warmed up, and then you get the lather. There was one incident that came. Oh, go ahead, Gayle. Say something, girl.
I'm just saying I don't like this.
Girl.
I wish
We're
I could
here to
fast
bring
forward.
the news. Eric, come back. Come back. Come back.
Oh.
Yo, I didn't know it was all this. I'm sorry. My mouth was on the floor the entire time. I was like, I thought we would just talk about the surveillance video. And I didn't even get to the surveillance video yet. But damn, what was the last thing I said? I don't even remember. It's just so much. Yeah, so 10 bottles of baby oil warmed up. There was one
5 minutes.
Apply. Thank you. I'm glad you applied. He was. If he even thought they were thinking about being dry, they was reapplying every 5 minutes.
They gotta be glistening. That's the word that was used. Glistening.
Glistening. Yeah, that was the word. That was definitely the word. There was one session where he filled.
I feel real bad for the housekeeping at these hotels. Okay, like
yeah, me too. Like I hope them hoes.
Fuck, I hope he tipped them well. I hope he tipped them well at least. You know, all this
absolutely
fucking shit they got.
There's gotta be an extra $1,000 on that bed. This is for y'all were starting.
I hope it's more than that. Because what if you walked in and there's a kiddie pool sitting in the middle of the foyer full of baby oil?
I'm quitting my job.
Astroglide.
Like, no, I'm just walking out.
And Cassie's was in stripper heels and stripper outfit, rolling around in the warmed baby oil and Astroglide while the escort is doing all sorts of things to her. Now, I'll bring up the surveillance video now because y'all recall the video where she was trying to run in that elevator and Diddy drug her back in. She was trying to escape a freak off, ladies and gentlemen, at the Intercontinental Hotel in LA. That's what she was trying to run because they had been on so much shit. She said that they were taking ecstasy, MDMA, GHB, ketamine, and cocaine. And if they ever ran out of things, whether it was baby oil or drugs, the security guy who was outside will go and run and grab all those things for them. So bad one time that P. Diddy overdosed at the Playboy Mansion when they had a freak off there one time. But also, outside of Cassie's testimony, there was a hotel security manager that testified that Diddy offered him a bribe to suppress the surveillance footage that was leaked. And then also one of the male escorts, I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Howard. He testified that he was paid to have sex with Cassie while Diddy watched and directed. And then there were several other witnesses that confirmed that Cassie appeared drugged and disassociated during these events. But of course, the defense is going to claim that the relationship was consensual and that this shit was voluntary and all that stuff. How you going to say this shit is fucking voluntary? Nobody wants to get fucked 3-4 times a night by niggas they don't know. This shit is fucking weird. Like, this trial feels like more like an HBO docuseries rather than a fucking court case. Like, I don't have, like...
Oh,
and this
Tubi is going to have a ball
I don't
making
even
this
know what to
documentary.
do.
Tubi is going to have a ball making this documentary. It's going to be
Oh yeah, this one's going to be gas.
high,
No
all
breaks.
gas, no break.
Gayle, what do you got?
I mean, this, like, what's fucked up is so many people are like, oh, why didn't she leave us, that, the other? And it's like, yo, this is clearly, like, an abusive scenario. This is fucked up. Like, you see what, like, she tried to escape one time. Look what happened.
She was 19 when it started.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and he was like, what, 40? However old he was? Like, yeah, ain't nothing kosher about this at all. And yeah, that poor woman having to sit there for 8 hours on the stand divulging all your personal business. I'm sure, it's like, I'm sure she has a lot of shame around all this, not to mention, I mean, like, all the drug use is fucking crazy. And that's the other thing that's crazy to me, because it's like, you giving him all these drugs and then being like, oh, why can't you shoot? I think that was the euphemism we're using.
Yeah, shoot.
Like, I'm like, yeah, those things are counterproductive, motherfuckers. Like, you heard of whiskey dick before. I mean, come on. Like, you never heard of whiskey dick? Oh,
I know donkey punch, but I don't know whiskey
wait,
dick.
well, no, those are, okay, first of all, one of these things is real, okay? Like,
well, donkey punch isn't real? Y'all don't
no
really
one is
be doing
actually
that?
doing that.
Oh,
No one
okay.
is actually doing that. No one is actually punching someone. If they are, run. Like, that is abuse. Like, get the fuck out of there. Like, that's not happening. And if it is, get the fuck out of that house, girl.
Yeah, seriously.
Guy, whoever's punching you during sex, unless that is a previously agreed upon activity, get the fuck out of there.
Yes, but to your point about the shame and everything,
Yeah.
Diddy's children were in the stands at the trial. Her husband was there. She's currently 8 months pregnant. So she's really going through a lot. Like, her mom and her family were all there. Yeah. So she's literally.
What a crazy thing to be dealing with all that stress and shit while you're pregnant too. Like, and I mean, obviously, it's like the trial takes as the time the trial takes or whatever. But like, damn, like, I hope after all this, she just like goes on a nice little fucking vacation and people leave her ass alone. I mean, you know what I mean.
Long.
Yeah, but like,
has
people need to
her.
leave her the fuck alone. Like, for real, people need to leave her alone. Like, anyone else who's like a victim in all this, like, they.
Yeah, and this is just one case that's just.
Yeah, exactly. Because we know there's there's rumors about Justin Bieber and all. I mean, allegedly, all this other shit going on. So it's like,
girl, the Justin
Bieber the attackers, the bad people in this scenario are clear. Like, there's no fucking gray area to this, as far as I'm concerned.
And so that's how they're trying to get him with the racketeering and the trafficking, since they literally were fucking all over the world.
Yeah, you can't take these shows on the road, people. That's something that's important from like a legal standpoint. Don't be criming on the road. Don't be criming on the road. You gotta.
I will never stay at a penthouse anywhere.
No, they're can't trust every single one of them is covered in baby oil and
move this.
My God,
baby oil. This is 10 bottles of baby oil per session. If she has 4 sessions,
I mean, now all the numbers, the log of baby oil, thousands upon thousands of bottles of baby oil. Yeah, okay, they did go through that much. Like, clearly, okay.
Like they literally did go through that much. It wasn't a facade.
They weren't, I mean, it's arguable that they were being wasteful or not, but they were certainly using everything they purchased. Like,
I'm surprised her skin looks as beautiful as it does, given all of that hardcore baby oil use. I am shocked that it did not mess her skin up, to be honest with you. And her skin is flawless. So Cassie, congratulations for getting a great skincare routine at the end of this. That's just me trying to add a little bit of life to it. And a husband. Shout out to you, man. Listen, this whole thing has made me mad the last few days. Like, the men have been especially telling. The amount of niggas that I have seen defending Diddy, the amount of niggas that I have seen with the same thing that Gayle was talking about. Well, she stayed for 10 years.
Defending.
You stayed for 10 years. You learned what you were getting yourself into. You brought this on yourself. Like, all of those things are defending Diddy because you're blaming Cassie. You're blaming this person. And like, as the man on this podcast I support women. Okay. We support everybody around here. Okay. So I believe Hallie. I believe Cassie. I support all three of them women. Like, against getting abused and dealing with the dumb shit. Like, it's crazy to blame them in this instead of blaming the nigga who was doing it to her and then going, she stayed. That's not an excuse to keep beating her ass. Like, it's insane to me that the amount of niggas that really don't like women. You know what I'm saying? Myself as a man, yes, at one point in life, I was very toxic. Yes, at one point, I was manipulative. Yes, at one point, I was probably all of these things. You know what I'm saying? But I unlearned all of those behaviors as I grew up. I did hard work, went to therapy, and acknowledged, yeah, I did some fucked up things. I was toxic as shit. Hell yeah. Extra toxic, extra manipulative. You know what I'm saying? As most young men do. You know what I'm saying? But when you fail to realize that as a man and you in your mid-30s with daughters talking about something, she stayed for 10 years, my nigga, you don't deserve a daughter. You don't deserve a daughter. It's disgusting. The amount of men that I've seen blaming Hallie, blaming Cassie, blaming Meg, whoever. Like, y'all are trash. Y'all are trash and y'all gotta do better. I put on my Facebook, my thread, just because you don't hit women don't mean you don't abuse women. And that's real talk. Like, just because you don't hit women don't mean you don't abuse them. Like, the amount of physical abuse, emotional, every form of abuse Cassie went through, none of that was warranted. None of it. By any action she did, whether she wanted to be a star or not, because she wanted to be a star and fell for a motherfucker who promised her the world and then treated her with it, just because she knew she was entering into a dark space in reality and entertainment, doesn't mean she deserved the shit that happened to her. So just hearing this trial as a man, as somebody who loves and respects women, like, that's my number one goal in comedy. Like, when I'm on a show with a woman, I make sure to do everything to make sure that women is safe. So, you know what I'm saying? Is you okay? You need to ride, you need to walk to your car. You know what I'm saying?
Do you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I take care of
these niggas don't give a fuck about us.
I take care of women on my show. If you're a woman on my show, there has never been a time
like,
you are not with your husband. If there's never been a time where a woman on my show has been with, like that, but she come by herself, I've been like, yo, you all right? You need to walk, you need to, like, somebody to walk you to your car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very protective of women and women comics. Like, I want y'all to be safe. When y'all on my show, be safe. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga giving you the wrong vibes, holla at me. I'll make sure that shit's taken care of. But, like, y'all gonna feel safe around me. That's how it should be. And if you motherfuckers ain't working to make sure women are safe around y'all at all times, if women don't feel comfortable around you at all times, then you niggas need to do something else. Like, but the blaming the women is crazy. Because some of y'all niggas grandma stayed with abusive ass grandpops and went through all this and suffered and died at an early age because she was holding on to all that bullshit. Man, y'all gotta do better, man, because I've seen way too many men out here defending Diddy, defending Tory, defending this, that, and third. It's disgusting. I hate it. I don't like it. This channel this podcast don't support it.
These are the same men going, we're lonely. We're so lonely. Women don't like us.
Yeah, it's like, that's why you ain't got no hoes. Right there. Even hoes deserve respect, okay? Like, she might, if you pay her enough, she gonna let you spit in her mouth. But god damn it, you better be nice to her on the way out the door. Okay, hoes deserve respect.
The fucking pivot there was wild.
I mean, that was a sharp left turn. Well, I'm gonna keep my
point.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Gayle.
No, just I mean,
oh, you were saying
the
that was
point
the point.
stands. The point stands. Yes, the sex worker deserves the same amount of respect as the CEO, etc.
That's right.
etc. I don't know where I was going.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no, these men do hate women out here. Like,
No,
it
they
is
really
clear
do. They
y'all
really do.
fucking hate women.
They really hate themselves, and that's why they really.
And and you're taking it out on us, but it's like,
I've seen
that's
a
the thing.
man. Go ahead.
No. I was just like, literally, these men are useless. Like, I spent, like, Mother's Day was on Sunday. I spent Monday scrolling through social media, watching these women just be heartbroken that the men in their lives couldn't do the bare minimum to show appreciation for the woman who pushed their child out of her body. Child, sometimes children, sometimes it was plural. And they wonder why these women are saying, you know what, I don't need, if they're like, I have 2 kids, I don't need a third. Like, I'm good. Let me protect my peace and bounce, or let me just not ever marry you in the first place because I'm happy on my own. I don't like. And instead they're like, oh wait, we should just take away their rights instead of becoming better. Like, they're like, nah, we're just gonna have to force them to marry us. Right? Examine why we're so like, listen, women are horny. Like, we this is the thing, man. Y'all shoot yourselves in the foot every time. So, like, we want companionship and all them things, but y'all ruin it for yourselves by being fucking stupid. By being fucking stupid and fucking hateful to women. It's not just stupid, because we all love a dummy, but it's hateful. You're so hateful to women. Like, we're over it.
You don't want to come out the closet. And my thing is, y'all be so pressed to not come out the fucking closet that you out here abusing these women because you're dealing with your own trauma. Just say that you like men. I promise you, there's a woman out there who will accept you for who you are.
There's no woman out there who don't mind if you suck an occasional dick, for sure.
Hey, guess what? A bisexual man will probably be more in tune to your emotions than a straight one. Gayle, I'm just trying to let you know, you might need a bisexual man.
I seen a nigga.
I'm not going to comment on this and have the bisexuals cancel me again.
And with that,
so I'm like,
Stina, I seen a grown man say Cassie had to take accountability
for what? Yeah, we're not going there. Don't piss me off, Eric. Why would you want us to? Anyway. I'm not even going to go there right
Diddy,
now.
Fuck that guy. Fuck all y'all.
Fuck that guy, bro. Fuck that guy. And fuck you if you defended him.
Yeah, and fuck you if you defended him. So if your favorite mogul's been too quiet lately, you might need to check the court docket, because they coming for everybody lately. We need to end on a better note, so I'm turning things over to Gayle to talk about the lighter side of news.
Listen, we're here. Listen, TLC has done it again. I have learned that if TLC says, hey, we followed these freaks around with a camera, you should fucking watch those people. It's gonna be thought-provoking at the very least. It may be occasionally entertaining. And after 2 episodes, I believe there's 3 episodes out altogether, but I've watched the first 2. After 2 episodes, I am hooked on TLC's Poly Family. This is a show that follows around 2 married couples who live together and are raising their family together. And I need, Stina, did you grab a picture of these folks? Because I need Eric to see these people in real time, for one. And while she's doing that, let me just tell you, we have Taya and Sean and Alicia and Tyler. And if you're thinking, oh wait, this is also another sexy topic we're talking about. Oh no, this show does everything in its power to make polyamory look as unsexy as possible. But yeah, if you think these men aren't raw dogging these women, you would be wrong, because the second episode, one of the women, the woman on the brunette woman, gives birth to a baby, because from all the fucking she's doing of these 2 men. So basically, the 2 men hate each other. They do. Sean and what's his name again? Tyler. Sean is a baldy. Tyler is a brown-haired beardy. These men do not like each other at all. Taya and Alicia seem to get along okay, and Taya and Alicia basically, like, they swap bedrooms, like, every few nights or every other night or however they got a schedule down. And Taya is kind of a freak. I'm gonna say it right now. Don't come at me, bisexuals. But listen, this woman in this season on, they point to a future episode in which this woman, who is already fucking she's got a husband and a boyfriend, and a new infant, I might add. A new infant at home, and she's like meets a woman and she feels a connection with, she was like, this is not enough for me. And I want to know how she has the time with all that. Like, first of all, you are clearly using the 3 other people in this household for childcare, because they have 5 children between them. And she just had a baby and she's dating again after she's got her husband, she's got her boyfriend, and she's dating a third person. Like, how does she have the fucking time? I don't have any husbands or any children, and that is too many partners. Like, how do you have, I don't have time for that, people in my life like that. Like, but they are, and like I said, the dynamics are fascinating. What's crazy to me, the craziest thing to me, was that they got together and one couple already had 2 children, and they've since had 3 more children within, like, the women have had 3 more children in between them in this relationship. Wait, were we raising our hands, Stina? Yes, continue.
Who is the daddy?
Oh, well, let me address this because they decided at some point, we don't want to know the paternity of the kids. We don't want to know. And then in the one episode, they did a blood test on the, because they did a blood test on the kids. He had the same type blood as one of the dads, and like, I guess the mom and her husband wouldn't produce that kind of blood type, so it would have had to be his kid. And I'm like, first of all, listen, raw dog as much as you want, I guess. Like, we're consenting adults, all of that. But it's fucked up of you to think that your kids wouldn't want to know who their actual biological parents are, and don't have a right to know who their actual biological parents are, because you feel insecure about that man raw dog in your wife. Because truly, do whatever you want. Like, hey, like I said, this woman has so much childcare available to her. She's out dating other people. So, I mean, like, live the life you want to live. But, like, don't fuck up the kids like that. Like, the kids didn't ask to be a part of this. They should know. Listen, you can raise them all together. That's fine. It's just adults watching kids in a normal way. And, sorry, I got myself with that one. But, like, those kids have a right to know who their actual parents are. Like, just, again, because you're insecure about this. Like, so, yeah, these people are nuts. I am hooked. Probably going to watch the 3rd episode after we wrap things up on recording, because I need more of this in my life. It's crazy. It's crazy. These people live in Oregon, in, like, small town Oregon. Like, can you imagine? You're like, based on what I'm seeing here.
I'm confused. So I just pray that these kids never have any medical issues to where they need to specify who the pappy is.
Right?
Because how are you going to go on? I mean, because at that point you have to. Because medical history on this Tyler versus Baldy.
Well, because they're both married, like, the person on the birth certificate is literally just whoever the woman's husband is. But it's like, they truly don't know for certain. They just found out for the baby because one of them blew the lid off with the whole blood type thing.
Girl, and was it his baby?
It wasn't his baby. And these men already didn't like each other. And now it's like, oh, you raw dogged my wife so much, and a baby came out of it. And
it's not even your baby. Oh.
But they're a family. They're raising everyone together, and it's fascinating. What's crazy to me is, like, so as a couple, you're inviting in additional mothers-in-law into the equation and shit like that. Like, oh my God, is the peen worth it? Is the peen worth having 2 more mothers-in-law? Like, it couldn't be me. It could not be me.
Nothing's worse than that.
Is one of the kids colored?
They're all white. You saw them.
No, I was talking about one of the kids. Is one of the babies colored?
That's not what we say anymore. First of all,
What the hell you mean by colored, Eric Preston?
You know, y'all all seen Shameless? Like Shameless, Frank had all them kids and one black one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, all the kids look like they come from this combination of parents. Like,
okay, well, okay, so none of the kids are colored, so we know they don't like black people.
they live in Oregon. We knew they didn't like black people. Like, we knew it already from like the outset of the show.
TLC has done it again. TLC again. They have brought me shows such as midget wrestling, or micro wrestling as they call it. I believe TLC also bought me Jay and Pamela. I feel like TLC is responsible for Honey Boo Boo. John and Kate plus 8 and all that.
I feel like all of that drama. The Doricos.
Yeah, right, so
yo, it's not
TLC
knows drama. It's TLC knows drama. Okay, yeah, like don't get twisted.
Yeah, that's TLC.
TLC know how to get in that bag. You hear me?
They know how to get to the money.
Bullshit,
like they have it for that you. Is white trash TV. That is Jerry Springer afterward TV. Like all of these niggas go on episode Springer. Like this is that type of TV, and see, nobody talks about it. They think I'm gonna do an expose about this shit. Crazy. Trash white television.
TLC stands for the Learning Channel. And what the fuck are we learning now, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm learning that you can start breastfeeding again because, I forgot to mention that part. So the woman just had her baby and the other mom is like, I want to start breastfeeding to help you out. And I was like, wait a second, is that even biologically possible? She apparently went to a lactation consultant. Apparently if you just start like pumping like a lot, like you use one of the breast pump things you attach, you can simulate your body. I think especially because she's had kids already, you can get the milk flowing again. I didn't learn you could do that. So listen, look at what I've learned. Look at what I've learned. Eric's like,
Stina,
TLC, the Learning Channel.
You asked what we learned. You asked what
Next
we learned.
up, after By Poly Family, A Baby Story. The fuck is going on here, bruh?
The world's a crazy place. I had no idea none of this existed. Like this is crazy to me. Like this is white trash television. No, you're black now.
I'm the ambassador. Better. No,
you are black
not.
now, Gayle. When you get your fucking bonnet, this has got to stop.
Nah, for real, this is insane.
Whatever. You can pry my.
The
TLC
new show is 1,000-pound roomies.
I'm not watching that. Listen, I display that behavior at home all the time. So like I'm just eating and sitting. Like I don't need that thrown in my face.
Girl, put us together, all three of us, and we don't even equal one of them. So you be right.
I know. They're also like, listen, like
we don't equal to anything.
I'm not into like a medical kind of thing.
We don't equal to nothing on that entire show, that entire network of TLC. Doctor
like,
Now.
I don't watch the pimple popper shows or the feet. Like I don't watch the medical side of TLC whatsoever. And I use medical in quotes. Like I don't want to watch people who are like I don't watch like any of the little people shows. Like I'm not trying to watch someone because they're like having a physical anomaly. I want to watch people because they're strange on the inside. You know? Like
you're trying to prove that you're not the stupid one. So you watch stupider people.
Yes, this is true.
Yes, this is true.
This is what we learned about. Here's what we learned about Gayle. We've learned a lot through what I watch on TV. We've learned a lot about Gayle now.
Definitely. White trash TV.
And if y'all didn't know, if you didn't know, Gayle is white. Okay? And we have learned, if you've learned nothing else about what Gayle watches on TV.
It's true.
That's it. That's it. That's it. She is black by association.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
run me my bonnets.
Fun-filled episode. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next week for some more hilarity of what the hell is happening outside of our four walls. Be sure
Jesus.
to follow us on Instagram at This Is BCNN, also on YouTube at This Is BCNN, and tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Let us know by leaving a comment if you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or concerns, we will definitely address them right here live on the episode.
Smooth.
I promise you, baby. Even if you say it's getting aired on this podcast. But for Gayle Lewis, Eric Preston, I'm your girl Stina B, and until next week, we out of here. Bye, guys.
Bye.